March is when the cold, damp air meets the summer sun, a perfect time for community gathering. News travels fast in the small but growing town of Atok in the mountain-clad province of Benguet. There is a feast somewhere, a wedding. To find it, one merely needs to look for the smoke and follow the smell of burning wood. In another wedding in the busy town of La Trinidad, the sound of gongs and the beating of the solibao, the Igorot drum, greet guests as they arrive. All are invited to join the dance and celebrate with the newlyweds and their families. No celebration is complete without food. For the typical Igorot wedding, the main fare is simple: large slices of freshly butchered pigs, boiled in brine and cooked in large containers called silyasi. These cooking implements represent the highly communal nature of Igorot gatherings.
May isang pamilya, kasla Thanksgiving dijay, feast, ag party uno ag butcher iti nagadung nuang, baboy, ayaban na dijay the whole community, makipangan dijay.
Historically, raw meat would be distributed in equal portions alongside cooked meat. There should always be enough food to share for everyone as long as the celebrations last. Even the local name of the pork slices tell us the importance of community.
Dijay wat-wat ket kwa naluto dijayan nga karne ti baboy uno karne ti nuang nga maiwaras maited no tiyempo ti panangan jay lunch. Iso data dijay wat-wat nga kunada. Equivalent na daytoy what iti English ket share portion.
The community looks forward to bringing home extra slices of pork after the celebration. It is common to try to make the meat last longer. Hence, Igorots have mastered their own curing and preserving techniques.
Kamanod na bone niya, no waday mateka sa ibakada niya, baboy da, kat magangor di pangi preservanda, uno da makikanyaw kat adu di tanada ya karanda, kat simpre no arida kaya kanon sin sa agaw, simpre kabigatan na madadakil. So nga i-preserve da si kiniing, asinanda tapno adi kaya na di 1 month, 20 days, kamaniri, 15 days, basta ibilbilag mo itultuloy adi madadakil.
The consumption of meat for the indigenous folks a long time ago was not taken on a regular basis. Meat comes in short supply. So you have to understand that if one particular thing is in limited supply, it takes a special place in the lives of the indigenous folks.
Fire is a central element in the Igorot way of life, as it has been among indigenous peoples around the world. A people of the mountains, Igorots have used fire to keep them warm in the absence of electricity. The smoky flavor of most of their food is a result of this.
For every hearth in the Igorot household, there would always be this iron rod where they would hang the meat there. In an attempt to, let me refer to it in its more scientific manner, to desiccate the meat, to prolong its, how should I say this, its viability as a food source.
Di kaman usurak gamin din alnostri ngay, din tong andi alnostri ta kaman magay salang na yung magadin ni kat ekanta ko. Tanong minsan yan siya ngay gumisit ay dago sa kiniing yan adi nakiingan yan gumisit.
Each and every family had their own method for preparing kiniing. That's why we can never have a uniform consensus on what good and proper kiniing preparation is. It's like spaghetti. Each and every household has their own recipe for spaghetti.
Except in history books, academic discussions, and memories of older generations, beliefs surrounding traditional food have been lost through time. However, with greater connectivity and with many voices vying for their attention, young people in the Cordilleras are starting to look for something that is truly theirs.
We decided to promote it since number one dyan is we are from this place and we want to promote who we are. As andun nga din sa menu namin, we promote who we are through our food. We promote our culture through our food. Sabi nga nila, nakakalimutan na natin yung mga food natin ngayon. So mga kabataan, they don't know what is kiniing, they don't know what is pinikpikan. Para din sa mga tourist, we came up with recipes na palatable lahat from Luzon to Mindanao. They can eat pinikpikan, hindi sila yung nangingimi, or they can eat yung smoked meat natin na hindi sila nangingimi kasi there's something different on the food.
Kiniing has now become socially accepted in a wider stance. Also, the availability is now rampant in a good way. A long time ago, kiniing was a family, home-based. It was very intimate.
The rise of specialty and hole-in-the-wall restaurants around the globe, coupled with the rising number of travelers, have encouraged local restaurateurs to experiment with the heritage dishes in their menus, specifically plating them to cater to the Instagram generation. Tourists flock to these restaurants to have a taste of the local flavor, while locals come and enjoy a more contemporary take on their food. It's always been a source of pride for many to see their traditional cuisine on a restaurant menu, and a source of reassurance that there is always a way for their culture to live on.
To give honor to our ancestors for teaching us something na pwede nating i-share and something that we can be proud of.
These young men have embarked on a project to popularize local Igorot cuisine among the greater Filipino public. They believe that mainstreaming Igorot food is one of the many ways in which Igorot culture can be preserved and given the attention that it deserves.
When we were younger, we used to live with our grandparents in our province of Atok. And there we don't have any electricity. That's why we were smoking meat back then. But now we are older and living in the city. We want to bring the practice here to share it with our peers, with our friends, and also it's another source of income.
Food is basically sustenance, but across history, it has been shown that food is more than a means to survival. For many today, it is a way to enjoy time with others, and maybe time alone, to celebrate milestones and talk about challenging times. For the Igorot people, and for many other indigenous groups, food is a way of life, cutting through beliefs and traditions and into the very heart of their indigenous identity.